Hello there, Reject Nation. Happy Sunday to you. I'm Greg.
I'm John.
We're going to watch Ford v Ferrari, Dawn of Justice today. The official trailer based on the true story. I'm looking forward to this bad boy. I actually just rewatched Logan last night. Introduced it to my girlfriend. Bum. If you haven't followed us on our Patreon page yet, you might want to do that. We do weekly Q&As as well as TV show reactions, stream-alongs for many shows. That includes My Hero Academia, One Punch Man, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, Attack on Titan, Supernatural, Gotham, Haunting of Hill House, and Cobra Kai Season 2. Some of those shows have reaction highlights included. Those are Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, Supernatural, My Hero Academia, and Attack on Titan. I'm done talking. How about you?
Nice car.
Look out there. Out there is the perfect lap. You see it?
I think so.
Most people can't.
It's really heavy.
Carol Shelby, maybe? Yeah, Coke, Ford Motor.
Oh, Bernthal's in this?
Interesting casting for
Wanted to
him.
build the greatest race car the world's ever seen.
To win the 24 hours of Le Mans. What's it take?
Well, it takes something money can't buy.
Money can buy speed.
What ain't about speed? You need a pure racer behind the wheel of your car. That's Ken Miles.
I don't trust him an inch.
We heard he's difficult.
No, Ken's a puppy dog.
Oh!
No. Whatever it is, Shell, no.
Trust me.
You're gonna build
It's a Tarantino movie
to
now.
beat Ferrari.
A Ford. Correct.
This is the Tarantino song. This is Scorsese, I mean.
How long did you tell them that you needed? 200-300 years?
90 days.
This isn't the first time Ford Motors has gone to war. We know how to do more than push paper. Go ahead, Carol. Go to war.
Thank you, sir.
It's just a shot away.
Do you think you can beat Ferrari?
We're lighter, we're faster.
Damn, this looks crazy.
That don't work, we're nastier.
Oh!
We're gonna make history. You ready?
I was born ready, Mr. Shelby. Hit it.
Wow.
Oh my. Oh my. Oh my, indeed. That's not the note I was expecting at the end of that.
Just a Shot Away song is used in like 3 Scorsese films, so it just comes to mind. That's all I think about now when I hear that song. Anyway, this movie looks pretty awesome. I'm hoping it's a hit because, like, I think having the brand names, excellent product placement is going to be in this movie. Having the brand names of like Ford and Ferrari in here might be more appealing because I feel like these like race car, NASCAR like movies, they don't really make them anymore, and when they come out, the people don't really seem to care. And
At least
so
here, I mean, like the last one I really remember is Rush, and I feel like maybe overseas that might have done better than here. But
Yeah.
this is very, Ford. It's American.
this is
we're
hardcore
doing-
American.
Yeah, and also, I mean, like Le Mans is a 24-hour race in France. That's all about precision and efficiency, and so. This is kind of an underdog tale for us because, you have all these European cars that are owning the landscape of high performance. And then you have these guys who, like Lee Iacocca and Carroll Shelby, are like titans of American auto history. I mean, the amount of different Shelby cars and stuff like that. And I mean, Iacocca helped pioneer the Mustang and the Pinto. And like, this is going to be interesting because not only do you have this situation of just trying to dominate completely out of your turf, but you also kind of will have this, historical look into the lives of some of, the American auto industry's titans, which has got to be an extra mile for us, I would imagine, as an American
what?
audience. Ha 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 ha!
A what?
An extra kilometer.
Oh.
Miles and inches and feet.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, even for someone like myself who isn't well versed in any of this information about the history of this race, there's so much. I think they did such a good job with the casting that, like, I don't even need to see a trailer. You just need to tell me Matt Damon, Christian Bale, just those two names alone. But you throw Jon Bernthal in there, I'm like, okay. You got my money, like,
well, and him,
right then and there.
Like, I'm excited for him, especially in this, because, you know, it's like Christian Bale, I know, can bring a ton of life to this kind of character, especially.
Has he proven that? Has he done it?
This is going to be the clincher.
I mean, he was fat the last movie that he did, and now he's awkwardly skinny again.
Yeah.
So, you know, he doesn't know how to... You know he's going to do a great job when he's one of those two. When he's like medium weight, it's not going to pan out well for the guy.
yeah. So you can tell this is already going to be a great performance by his stature alone.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I'm really excited for this combination of actors. And yeah, for Jon Bernthal, I mean, I was kind of like, what? He's playing Lee Iacocca? That's odd. But I like to see him get a different kind of role because I feel like as much as I love Jon Bernthal, I'm used to see him play certain types of tough, gruff characters. And this is not even a character that, at least by by what I know, the little I know, and by the bounds of this trailer, it doesn't seem like he's going to get to that territory. So I'm excited to see his range in this environment.
Yeah, and I like the striking visual flair that you have here. James Mangold usually brings that to his film. I just remember 310 of Yuma. Christian Bale and James Mangold worked together on that. Yeah. But having him pick this, like, because he hasn't done a movie since Logan, so it's interesting that it's been a while, and he had to be really precise on like what's going to be my next move, and I don't want to become like the comic book action guy. But there's something I really respect about his films, like the driving sequences here look very stylistic. I love the way how it's all being captured in a way that doesn't look CGI. It looks all in camera. With some real stunt performers here, like when the cars are flipping over and stuff, or whenever you have those tracking shots, it looks pretty intense. And I think James Mangold is one of the best at, and I feel like he's underrated in this department of being someone who can bring action to the dramatic films he does and make the action stylish, intense, but keep it very character driven. And speaking of that, there's one thing I wish this trailer gave me a little bit more of. Like, I like the little nugget where they're sitting at the diner, Matt Damon and Christian Bale, or Christian Bale even punches him at one point. They clearly have a thing with their history, where they had some kind of falling out, or they hadn't talked in a while. I don't exactly know what it is, but clearly they're not, like, Matt Damon has to step out of his comfort zone and approach him. I wish we got a little bit more of their chemistry together, because I think that's a big thing a lot of us are going to want to see is, the scenes of them interacting with one another. And I was kind of surprised that Matt Damon's getting top billing in here, just based off the trailer too. To me, it looked like Christian Bale is the real heart and star of this movie, especially starting off with him and his son. There's several images where he's looking over at his kid, seeming like he's trying to make his son proud in this next venture, this overcoming an insane obstacle kind of adventure, and putting his life on the line. But maybe Matt Damon's still more of a household name or something like that. Yeah.
Well, I think Carol Shelby is. The name Shelby is on the sides of cars even till today. So I feel like of all the figures in here, that's probably the biggest. And to me, at least, looking at what this trailer is telling me, because I don't know all the history of this specific situation, but it seems like he is the linchpin of this operation. He is the person being approached to figure this all out. And then I would imagine that Christian Bale would be like the second most prominent character out of this. But to me, at least, I kind of feel like that makes some sense. But either way,
it still looks like the Bale performance is going to be the Oscar contender performance.
Oh yeah, of course. And what's funny is that originally this was going to star Brad Pitt and Matt Damon. Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise,
which would have been a powerhouse for me too.
Interview with a race car driver. It would have been perfect.
Oh yeah, Tom Cruise did that racing movie too.
Days of Thunder.
Yeah, Days of Thunder. And there's also humor brought to this. This feels... It's funny, I've brought his name up 3 times now, Scorsese, but this also does feel like a kind of movie Scorsese could have pulled off himself.
It has a bounce to it. It has that sort of like, this is a big undertaking, but it's also going to be fun to watch him figure it out,
This is in the 60s, right?
Yeah, 66, I think.
And I like that it wasn't trying to just push a bunch of like 60s imagery in my face, too.
Look how 60s we are.
Yeah. It still feels like tangible for modern day audiences. This feels really cool, man. I'm really looking forward to this. The cast, director alone.
Practical Rex, it seems like.
Yeah. The one slight concern I have is that I know there's like 4 or 5 screenwriters credited for this. That used to concern me a lot more back then, but nowadays I see that a lot of films can still be great even with that amount of credited screenwriters. Yeah, maybe I'll watch a documentary on this event beforehand.
Hey.
Listen, guys, before we wrap this up, I'd like to give a Patient of the Day shout out. I want John to handle this one since I usually handle them. To a lady named Brianna Davidson.
Brianna Davidson, how's it going? I know you're a gearhead. I know that you spend all of your nights after working hard all day under the hood of your favorite car, which I'm not going to name specifically because people could find you, but you're great. And I want to see you in this race next year because they're still doing it. And it's been a long time since I've heard about anybody near here, making a splash. I assume you're from America, but if you're not, hey, whatever. Just represent us. And just, yeah, that's what I got to say.
Wow, that was 45 seconds.
45 seconds.
And if you didn't cut me off, I could have set you up for something very sincere for her.
Oh.
But you just decided to interrupt me with another John Improv ramble there. She only pledged to the Patreon to watch your reactions to Cobra Kai.
You're the first person who's pledged to Patreon to watch something specifically about me.
But now we got that instead. So, sorry, Brianna. You get some weird joke from John instead of that. Subscribe to the Reject Nation. Click that notification bell. If you like this video, hit the like button. Are you guys looking forward to this? We'll see you guys soon.